Okay, plain and simple in your eyes, right? I've got a scarf around my neck. How do I look now? What do I look when the scarf is around like this? Relaxed Italian look or a bit of a narcissist, arrogant look? What happens if I had this one around? Or what happens if I had this way around? That I'm trying to keep my neck warm so that I'm not going to get any lurgies, any germs, any viruses, any bacterias. A practical scarf which could also become a political statement, a religious statement, or an ideology, and many other. It's how and where you are raised and where you learn to become a one. What happens if I had my headscarf this way? Huh? Do I look like a Punjabi, a worker, a porter in India, porter in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Maldives, Pakistan, or a porter in Saudi Arabia? What do I look like? Or could I be, with this one hanging down like this, could I be something else? Or what happens if I took this and put it like this? Would I be like a godly person? Would I be like a shaky look? What happens if I did like this? Arabic look? Middle Eastern look? What happens if I had this around like this? Like this? Would I look like a villager from India? A farmer who has more knowledge than your textbook farmers and textbook, what do you call, textbook scientist. I think the farmers know the soil better than you in your textbook knows. Trust me. They've been turning the soil. They've been tilting the soil. They've been producing crop after crop for you to sit in a house and keep writing nonsense without knowing what is to be a farmer. How do I look? What do I look like this? A mindless person? Do I look like a homeless? Anyway, what happens if I get the scarf and create a peaceful look, a Sherpa, or shady, that you are trying to hide yourself from something that you are not? Hey, what about this? How I use the scarf to what is more relevant in today's society. If I had my scarf like this in the old days and walked into a bank, you're going to be arrested. But today, the bank manager, the cashier, the customer, the robber, they all look like this with a mask on. What has become in human mess? What have we created for ourselves? Whatever we have created in a simple scarf that is meant to give you a fashion accessory or a catwalk, or the cat could be walking all over you, yet you won't be knowing what is happening to you. Your eyes are meant to see things clearly. Your mind is meant to put you in a position what you see has a clarity. What you know was relevant when it's needed. What you learn is only relevant when it has a beneficial function for you and in turn has a benefit for the others. Whatever that works in your head for your benefit, remind yourself, folks, it should also equally work for the others. If it doesn't, whatever you do is not going to save you nor the society as a whole. In turn, you may find yourself in the same position and may find yourself faced with an untold and unknown situation in front of you. So why create situations that you will find no solutions to? Even if you did, the solution that you have found must work for everything you do, everything you see, everything you say, everything you feel, and everything you taste. And in the simplest form, whatever you do must always benefit every life here on earth. Forget about what is after here. But whilst you're here, remember that whatever you do must constantly be acknowledged by you that it should also be working for everybody else. And within that turn, I'll become a simplistic individual with no library behind me whilst I'm talking, because as an uneducated life, you can appreciate the life the way it is without concluding what it is. May peace be with you and with all of you. Don't talk about peace unless you are peaceful by your own nature. By doing so, you will realize that being peaceful is the basic foundation for you to exist here on this earth. If you do not have that as your foundation, whatever you built upon and talk may never work, nor for you, nor for the others. The only time the peace that you have been talking will work for the others when you is resting in peace. Because no other time that it's going to work unless you are peaceful and you have created a peace in your existence whilst you're living. This is the basis of life and the existential realities which is entirely in your two hands and entirely in your making. Everything else is just a psychological nonsense that you are playing up for an importance that you have tried to create in society for you to feel better than the other. You may find yourself entrapped in your nonsense by trying to create an importance for yourself. So please don't do this. Be a realistic and live a phenomenal and a full life.